Hello and welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am This Guy Can Eat. So today is going to be a sort of mukbang situation. I don't know. I decided to stop by Sobeys, which is a Canadian grocery store which sells a lot of groceries. Surprise, surprise. And I thought I'd do a little picnic. So here's my setup. It is in the middle of, it's not even a park. It's just by some houses. So I was right beside the windows, and if you looked out the windows you could have seen me. That was a little awkward. Anyways, that is everything I got. Feel free to guess how much everything is, because it's Sobeys. Sobeys, if you didn't know, is pretty expensive. They're like a higher end, better quality store. Anyways, before I get too off track, this is the chicken. It was crispy chicken. The chicken was pretty good though. I had to ask for it to be fried fresh because it was cold initially, and apparently no one really likes to buy it, but it was good. Why am I telling you this? No one cares. The only thing is it needed a lot of seasoning. Like the skin, super crispy, really nice, juicy chicken drumstick, but no seasoning at all. Like completely plain. And of course, as always, clear off the bones, and I'm done with that. Moving on to this crab flavored seafood platter. Yeah, it's clearly imitation crab, but it looks pretty nice, and it was reduced, so of course I got it. Like, okay, I don't know if it's a thing with healthy food. I like healthy food. Healthy food can taste great, but apparently higher end grocery stores who sell healthy food or restaurants just don't know how to put seasoning in their food. Cause it had the texture of imitation crab, like, you know, the rubbery kind of texture, but it tasted like essence of fish. Not even crab, just fish. But you already know, I have my savior, Hellmann's mayonnaise. Please sponsor me. But yeah, this bottle, this was my fault. I left it out and I forgot about it for a little bit, so I thought it was gonna be okay. Clearly it's not okay. That's not the texture of mayonnaise. This is gonna be the texture of mayonnaise, because yes, I brought an extra bottle of mayo. Okay, and now we're gonna dip it in, and okay, that already looks so much better. Oh, I didn't even talk about the sauce that came with it. I'm pretty sure that's cocktail sauce. I guess I've never had cocktail sauce before because that was not good. I do not like cocktail sauce. I think the issue is that it was very, very sharp and very sweet and sour, but that's not really what I want with bland imitation crab essence pieces of rubber. But it was great with the mayonnaise. Of course it was great with the mayonnaise. What is not great with the mayonnaise? I would not recommend eating it with the expired watery mayo though. Can someone tell me how that happened? I've never seen that happen, I swear. I've seen mayo get separated. Like if you freeze the mayo, the oil separates from the egg parts or whatever it is. It, like, the egg part still has the mayo texture and look, but the oil completely separates, and it's disgusting. Let me tell you, no, that's terrible. Don't freeze your mayo. That was my fault. What was I talking about again? Yeah, I was talking about the imitation crab, but yeah, I'm gonna keep eating with the cocktail sauce even though I said I didn't like it, but it's good with the mayo. The mayo like quells down the sharpness and the sweetness of the cocktail sauce, and you know how I am about sweet and salty. I love mayo and sugar. Okay, I'm going back to the chicken now because I look at that beautiful piece of chicken. Like, yes, the seasoning is not there, but I cannot deny how good and crispy that chicken is. Crunch warning. But yeah, the only issue with the chicken also is because it's fried so perfectly and battered so well that you can't tell where the bones are. So I did have to cut out a couple of times where I was choking on the bones. That would not have made for good content. I'm sure the people looking out the window at me, at this terrifying person eating chicken on a random bench, surrounded by ants, by the way. There were ants everywhere. It was disturbing, but I'm still alive. I hate ants. I'm sorry. Just ants. I don't want to delve into some controversial opinions here, but I had experiences with ant invasions and I never want that to happen again. Can you just imagine waking up, going into your kitchen and seeing a pile of ants? Never mind. I will not be talking about that during food. Thanks. You're welcome, actually. How did I get so off topic? Anyways, the chicken, yes, lacking seasoning with the mayo, there you go. That splendid. The inside, even the breast, like chicken breast, I hate chicken breast. If you know me, you know I despise chicken breast with a passion, but it was surprisingly juicy and so tender. So with the mayo, it was perfection. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep adding mayo onto this. But I guess while I'm doing that, I'm probably gonna talk for the majority of this voiceover. I hope not. Y'all are gonna get so sick of my voice after this video. I apologize. But let me know what you think of this format, like just eating in the background. So if you wanted to, you could totally mute me and just eat with me if you wanted to. Otherwise, you can listen to me. But if you truly hate this so much that you feel your blood boiling, A, you should probably click off this video, or B, let me know, because I'm fully aware of how annoying my voice is. Also, you may notice in my voiceovers that I might sound like I'm falling asleep. That is because I film all of them at like 2 a.m. Lore drop, I guess, but I'm a TikTok degenerate. What did you expect? Of course, I'm doom scrolling until 4 a.m. Okay, back on track with the food. Do you see this giant sandwich? It is actually gorgeous. And it was $13.99 initially and then $5 off. So I'd say that's a pretty good deal. $8 for this giant sandwich? Wait, thinking about it, that's like the same price as a Subway sandwich. Oh, come on. Who goes to Subway when you have this? And yes, I will be biting the bread that way. I don't care what you say, I will continue to do that. But this thing was enormous. I could not possibly eat it like a normal human being. And let me tell you, this thing was stacked. It's got everything in there. Usually with these giant sandwiches, what they do is they give you a giant, like a ton of bread. So much bread that you can't even taste anything. And it's practically inedible. But this, let me tell you, the ratio, do you see that ratio? Like I'm showing, I do too many shots of me showing you the sandwich. So I guess this is the perfect time to yap. But they had, I'm gonna assume there was salami, roast beef, turkey, ham, bologna. I'm sure they had like they had a lot of meat anyways. And then the vegetables, and I guess they had mustard, that neon yellow over there, but I don't know if they had mayo. Even without the mayo though, I swear it was so good. It wasn't dry at all, but it was also soggy. That kind of comes in the territory. But I love sandwiches that are soggy. The majority of the time, I adore gas station sandwiches because they're just sitting on the shelves for who knows how long. And all of the juices, that sounds terrible, and the condiments, whatever, they soak into the bread and it makes it the most delectable experience. Textural nightmare for most people, but not for me, of course. Back onto the topic though, I did add mayo and it was actually really good. Now this though, I'm not exactly sure what I was going for here. Like I mentioned how the imitation crab, was extremely flavorless. So all I did here was add in some rubber into my sandwich and added in some of the cocktail sauce too. That was not a good idea. I barely even tasted it. It just added, again, the texture and no crab flavor. So of course, I had to go back to the mayo for a redemption arc. Splendid. Moving on to the pecan, whichever you say, butter tarts. Now I think this is a point of contention for a lot of Canadians. Do you like your butter tarts plain with pecans or with raisins? For me, I am die hard plain or pecan. Raisins do not belong in there. Plain, I think, is the way to go for most people because it's the classic. You get the perfectly buttery, usually, crust, and the butter tart is overwhelmingly sweet. It's literally just sugar. Oh, sorry. Interruption. Of course I had to add mayo. Look at how beautiful that is. Did it taste good? Of course it tasted good. With the mayo, it added the savory richness. But in this case, I think it was a little bit subdued because the crust shells were very, very thick. And the crust shells didn't have much flavor, so that made it a little bit better in terms of the sweetness. That did not make it better, unfortunately, in terms of not being dry, though. So going back to whatever I was talking about with the pecans and the plain. The pecans are what I like because they add a little bit of texture and also a little bit of nuttiness, subtleness to balance out the sweetness. Raisins though, mush, terrible. Never raisins. Some angry Canadian's gonna come for me. It's my opinion. Moving on. We have this milk. Now, strange choice for a picnic, but hear me out. As soon as I saw this and I saw the bottle, I think if you were on TikTok or YouTube or I don't know, Instagram, have you seen cream top milk? Like where it's unhomogenized milk, so the cream rises to the top. And I'm not sure if you can see in the video, but you can see such a thick layer of cream at the top, like insane. As soon as I saw that in the grocery store, I had to buy it, of course. Because I swear I've been seeing so many videos of it and I've never been able to find it, but oh my, take a moment, just look at that. And if you've never had it before, it's literally just cream. It's almost butter, I'd say. Actually, I guess it's pretty much butter. It's just a whipped butter, but not quite at the level of becoming butter. So the taste, it just tasted like unsalted butter, very rich. The butter tart with the cream, that was splendid. Literally, you add butter onto any baked good or bread and it elevates it to the next level. I don't understand what it is. I think just fat and carbs is the beautiful golden golden combo. I had to go back for some more cream. I don't even think that's cream. I've seen the cream top milk that other people have had, and it's not as thick as this. I think I scored a jackpot with this. Ebby Manor, I think that's the brand. If you find it, you should totally go for it. Now I had to go back for the seafood. Kind of seafood, I guess. And of course, I had to go back for more mayo. But do you see how beautiful that pile of mayo is? Splendid. Okay, I've talked through 15 minutes of this video. Have you gotten sick of me yet? I'm getting sick of listening to myself talking, but hey, at least the food is good. That was nice. Okay, now I need to pick your guys' brain on this kind of style. Even if you hate it, I'm probably gonna still keep filming videos like this because I think it's kind of nice. You can see the food. Yes, my videos are faceless, but I want the focus to be on the food because who cares about looking at someone eating? That's gross. I hate listening to those mukbang videos where you just hear them slurping and ew, disgusting. So I think it's a lot more fun to just look at the food. Like, come on, look at that. Doesn't the food look fantastic? And you're also kind of seeing how I eat normally. I like to jump around in my flavors. I go sweet then salty and then jump into different types of textures and try combos and stuff like that. Food is meant to be enjoyed and experimented on. I don't understand why people are so offended when people just enjoy their food and do something out of the ordinary. This isn't out of the ordinary though, it's pretty good. I'd say this cream isn't enough of the fat percentage to be counted as butter though, so it doesn't enhance the bread as much as it should. Also, it was getting quite dry at this point. I did have water. Water is important. Stay hydrated, kids, but it was a lot of bread. So I guess eating some seafood and the cream will make it better. That literally spreads like butter. I can't get over it. It looks so good. Okay, now I'm gonna try the milk, and honestly, without the cream mixed in, it tastes like regular milk. If you want to drink the milk, shake it up. But also I noticed after I finished filming this video and I finished the milk, the cream is so thick that's a little bit hard to shake in. So if anyone has clues or tips on how to shake in the cream properly, please do enlighten me, but it's already gone anyways. I do still have the bottle. It's a really nice bottle. I love these glass bottles. Here is the caramel peanut bar cake. Caramel, tomato, I don't know. Yes, I eat cakes from the middle. I am a frosting person through and through. Although I do not like the super thick, like those kind of frostings that are super sweet and thick and just like glue your mouth together, I hate those. But this kind of frosting where it's light and fluffy and not too sweet, this was a little bit sweet for me, but not too bad. But those whipped cream frostings where it just melts in your mouth, so fluffy and rich, ugh, I can't get over it. But in terms of the taste, it's a cake. It's a chocolate cake. There was no caramel actually inside of the cake, so I feel lied to, but I can't complain. It still tasted fine. Also, I got it reduced, so that makes it better. That justifies it in my brain. Oh, well, there you go. That's more my style. Now we're talking. And first bite for you, of course, with the mayo. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the move. I don't know why it's not talked about more, but mayo and chocolate is actually a stellar combo. I think it hits all the taste buds that it needs to. In terms of this chocolate, it wasn't too sweet, so it was a little bit of a bitter note. So then you got the sweet, the bitter, and then paired with the savory, the salty. Oh, and I'm missing the tanginess, the slight sourness from the mayo. In terms of Hellmann's in particular, though, I wouldn't say it's that sour. Hellmann's, I'd say, is a lot more focused on being rich and savory rather than like the tang, like Duke's. Yes, I have tried Duke's, and here's your sneak peek. It is definitely up there. It has a really different taste though from Hellmann's, so I can't really compare them. I'd say Duke's is good for other occasions and other uses. Okay, we're done with that and we're back for the sandwich. Just kidding, we are done with the sandwich and we're back to the chicken. By now though, if you can't hear from the background noise, it was very windy, so it was losing a lot of the heat and it wasn't really crispy anymore. Still, I had to have it with some mayo, and I thought that was a lot of mayo at first, but looking at it now, it was absolutely perfect. Fried chicken is one of the things that you can experiment with a lot of sauces for, so mayo is definitely up there. Gravy, also fantastic. Cocktail sauce, though, I think I'm gonna have to pass on that. It does not work. Can some people who really like cocktail sauce please defend it in the comments for me if you made it this far into the video? But I really need to know, what do you see that's so great in it? Maybe if it's with a food that is more pronounced in flavor, it would be good, but why would you pair it with imitation crab? Anyways, we are done with that and we are moving back for the sandwich, so I'll just polish it off. By this point though, this part of the sandwich was mainly bread. I used to be the kind of person who loved the butt ends of the bread and all the crust, but now, no, I can't really do it. Although no food waste here, so what I do is I take those crusts and then I cook them with eggs, so it softens it up, so I make an egg bread pudding kind of situation. Egg pudding. Egg bread pudding. Mush. It's just mush. It's good though, I swear. Now this, I had the butter tarts and I had the ham and I had to try it. I did not have to try, I tried it. It was not bad actually. I just like a touch of saltiness. I'd say that this could actually be considered better than the cream because the cream was unflavored. No one's gonna listen to me at this point, but I swear it was not too bad. Now it was at this point that the bread was getting way too dry, so I had to add mayo in. Desperate times call for desperate measures. That made it a lot more edible, but I could have still done with more mayo. Do you see how small that bottle of mayo is? I really have to be, like, so sparing with it. Anyways, I don't have that much time left. I already talked for this entire video. I don't know how I did that, but my last final homework assignment for you, if you watch this far, is please let me know what you think of this kind of style. I really like doing this mukbang eat with me style where you can see the food really well, so I'm probably going to continue doing it. Keep an eye out for my all you can eat sushi video coming out, but also let me know what kind of food you want me to try, like if you want me to go to some restaurants or order some food or something, and I can do another kind of these videos. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you feel so inclined, and thank you. Goodbye.